The announcement by the US Federal Reserve about the use of XRP recently made news. The possible integration of Ripple for payment processing has been emphasized by St. Louis Federal Reserve Branch Senior Vice President David Andolfar. In particular, it's been highlighted that Ripple depends on XRP to act as a facilitator for these transactions. In direct quotation from David Antifoli, the Fed may delegate settlement obligations to a third party, like Ripple. If this development comes to pass, XRP's value is expected to rise significantly, possibly hitting $10,000, 0 cents. It's also critical to remember that the Federal Reserve's action is not unexpected. The Federal Reserve acknowledged the potential role of XRP and XLM in improving the blockchain component of their FedNow payment service in an official announcement a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. The focus is on Ripple, which is well known for its creative cross-vendor payment solutions and open source financial transaction technology. The FedNow payment service's integration with Ripple's technology is expected to play a significant role in propelling XRP's value to previously unheard of levels. In its first section, the Faster Payment Task Force Approach, the study titled The US Path to Faster Payments names Ripple as a significant actor in collaboration with the Federal Reserve for Payment Solutions. The capacity of Ripple to enable real-time international payments, which typically take 2 to 4 days, with little tracking and fee transparency, is particularly highlighted in the research. Ripple transforms this by providing quick settlement and full visibility into fees and payment status. Next, we learn that Ripple and the Fed have expanded their partnership to cover domestic payments. Viewers can pause and read the copious documentation that supports this. A key passage in this study highlights how central banks, including the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, have partnered with Ripple to improve their domestic payment systems. The report's discussion of Ripple Labs' innovation at the core level of payment processing, with an emphasis on providing a free, real-time settlement infrastructure internationally, is another intriguing feature. It shows that the Federal Reserve intends to embrace and put into use Ripple's decentralized peer-to-peer settlement mechanism, which is expected to replace current fund transfer technologies. Looking back, this development had early warning signs. When the Federal Reserve was discussing the possibility of a digital US dollar on Fox News approximately a year ago, the Ripple logo was prominently displayed. In addition, organizations including as the Federal Reserve Board, the International Monetary Fund, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, and the IMF have indicated their interest in Ripple's technology by adding it to their list of shadows partners. A substantial amount of the world's wealth is managed by the Bank of International Settlements, or BIS, as can be seen when delving deeper into the fascinating realm of global banking. It is noteworthy that Ripple has entered this field. Jess Chan, a senior lawyer at the Frederickshire Board of Governors, is quoted in a statement from the Department of the Interior. According to reports, Jess, a former Deputy General Counsel of Ripple, is leading this effort. There is a lot to unpack here for those who are interested in the specifics, and everything is connected, but that is only the beginning. Many of you may be surprised by what I'm about to say. The Federal Reserve recently warned that rising interest rates and pressure on real estate could cause bank losses. It's interesting to note that they have been talking about this with a number of partners since early March. Furthermore, it appears that XRP will be adopted by the EU's BRICS. By using the XRP ledger to manage wealth transfers, the European Union has even hinted that XRP will serve as the basis for the future digital euro. This assertion is supported by numerous reports that indicate an impending spike in the value of XRP. As it gets popularity globally, a prominent expert forecasts a short-term spike to $500.50, with the potential to reach $10, 0 cents. Ripple co-founder Arthur Brito is credited with this realization. As we watch the video, it becomes evident that the story of XRP is changing quickly and transcending the SECV's Ripple controversy. We are currently witnessing the BRICS countries firmly choose to work with Ripple to create their central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger. According to breaking news, this BRICS-backed central bank digital money is expected to be a major international financial tool. Additionally, there is proof of Ripple's vast network in every BRICS country, which we will examine in more depth. Let's begin our adventure in Brazil, where a revolutionary event has taken place. Brazil has introduced a groundbreaking cryptocurrency on-demand liquidity service in collaboration with Ripple. The financial technology landscape in the nation has advanced significantly as a result of this project. After that, we focus on Russia. Numerous documents show that President Putin has made a strategic decision to diversify away from the US dollar and the petrodollar. A notable shift towards Ripple Labs has occurred since SWIFT decided to bar Russia from its payment system. The objective is to create a digital currency on the XRP ledger that is issued by the Russian central bank. This action takes advantage of the decentralized nature of the XRP ledger in addition to circumventing the SWIFT prohibition, guaranteeing Russia's continuous involvement in international finance. Turning our attention to India, we discover that Ripple is leading yet another important project that is driving the country's ambitious digital rupee drive. This project, which is supported by Ripple Labs technology, marks a significant advancement in India's path towards a comprehensive digital currency issued by a central bank worldwide. The tale doesn't stop there though. China has also joined the battle, working with Ripple to gain traction in the field of digital currencies issued by central banks. This collaboration represents Ripple's growing clout in the world of finance. The story is the same throughout Africa. The increasing significance of central bank digital currencies on the XRP ledger throughout the continent is highlighted in the 2022 African Blockchain Report. According to the research, more than a dozen African nations, including South Africa, have included XRP and Ripple into their payment processing systems. The ledger's growing significance in Africa's financial ecosystem is demonstrated by its broad adoption. Lastly, XRP was emphasized as a top digital asset for payment services in a recent BRICS research. To be honest, BRICS' support solidifies XRP's standing as a major force in the digital currency space. Recent events have led to an increase of XRP price estimates, some of which are particularly noteworthy and have caught our notice. When prominent financial analysts officially forecast that XRP will trade at $500.50, it naturally leads to a thorough investigation. Our research pointed us in the direction of ChatGPT, a well-known AI bot. For cryptocurrencies, XRP, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano were singled out by this AI as having the potential to grow by an astounding 100,000% by 2024. Considering the viewpoint of Arthur Brito, co-founder of Ripple, such a pricing threshold for XRP shouldn't be shocking. He sees XRP hitting $10.00, which he thinks was the exact amount it was intended to reach. Brito also highlights XRP's scalability, stating that it can meet the expected $7,500,000,000 in global financial demands. What does 500 mean in this context then? $1,500 is merely a first step toward XRP's actual potential worth in the long run. However, example, global scalability and significant financial throughput via the XRP ledger are necessary to reach the colossal price of $10,000.00, which is the desired aim for XRP. In keeping with this trend, 21 nations have formally decided to abandon the US dollar, and virtual institutions are working more and more with AI to create CBDCs on the XRP ledger. This change points to an increasing trend of central banks collaborating with Ripple and, more significantly, incorporating the XRP ledger into their business processes. The latest move by Dubai's central bank, which only 3 days ago completely approved XRP for use, is evidence of this trend. Dubai's action is just one more example of how XRP is becoming more widely used and accepted worldwide. Please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. These videos' content is solely intended for viewing enjoyment. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. To be the first to know when I post new stuff, make sure you have enabled alerts as well.